Hello everyone, Canberra here. Welcome to another FM24 One Season Wonder, where I take you through a team with one season and we see how the team plays and what its benefits are. So, this time we're in Holland, we are with AZ Alkmaar. So, AZ Alkmaar, for a little bit of info, they have won one Eredivisie tournament, they won two. Oh yes, they won in 2009 as well. But they're one of the first teams alongside FC20 to win the Eredivisie outside of the big three of Feyenoord, Ajax and PSV. They also have four Dutch Cups, and they have one, I think that's the second division. Oh no, that's the second division, that's the third division. And then that might be the Super Cup. So, yeah, that's the Super Cup. So they're quite, they also got in a little bit of trouble last year against West Ham in the Conference League. I remember that actually. And then in terms of the actual team, I must say they are stacked with very talented young players. Chief amongst them, Ernest Poku, who is a very, very promising young player. That five-star, potential 5-star, definitely 4-star. On top of that, you have players like Mies and Danny de Wit, who are not related, who are decent at this level, but you have, oh God, where are they? We've got the son of Mark Van Bommel, Ruben Van Bommel, 2-star potential, 5-star potential. Lewis Schuten, 5-star potential. They're just stacked with wonderful, wonderful young talent. Max, is that Max? I was reading it as Max when I first saw it. Max Meerdink, maximum 4.5 stars. Where is the guy I'm looking for? Myron van der Berder, yeah. Myron van Brederode. 5-star potential. These are some very, very talented young players who can easily improve. We also have some very, very decent starting players. Chief among them is Vangelis Pavlidis. He is wanted as well, which is a bit of a problem, but a easily 4-star potential player. We've also got Bruno Martins Indy. If I remember rightly, he was quite a talented young player. Started off, final to FC Porto, to Stoke of all places, and now he's basically at AZ Alkmaar. He was never particularly that great at Stoke. He was with them with loss and they got relegated. You can Sugawara, 23 years old, top quality fullback. We also, the only position we need to really strengthen is we need a backup for Moller Wolf. Otherwise, he's going to get very tired very quickly. He's only 21, easily 4.5-star potential. I just need to get a quick backup to him so that I can rotate. But this is a very young, very talented side. They finished 4th last season. They're back into the Europa Conference League. That is on our schedule. We're into the third qualifying round against one of two minor teams from Slovakia or Slovenia, I think it was. In terms of that, we also have obviously the Dutch Cup. We entered that one in Halloween. And obviously we have the Eredivisie. In terms of the Eredivisie schedule, I mean, it looks pretty standard. We've got Ajax, Feyenoord, and PSV already the only teams I should worry about, but maybe FC20, who actually are a decent team as well. As for the rest of it, I mean, we should be okay. We probably might have a couple of what's the word I'm looking for? Banana skins on the way. I'm probably more looking for success in the Dutch Cup. I would like to win the Dutch Cup. I'm not gonna make a lot of transfer trying to bring in quality players because all the quality is in the youth. I have a feeling we can continue with this. We can easily use a young team and get a decent finish in the Eredivisie and potentially win the Dutch Cup. Probably try and go quite far in the Europa Conference League as well, because I am entirely dedicated to proving that Al Hansen was actually rather wrong, as he has been for the last 30 years or so. So, yeah, I think we should be fine. We've already played one. In fact, I went into the late preseason just to make sure. So they've already played the one preseason against LOK Leipzig. They won that. We beat Telstar 3-0. We've got another game against ADO Den Haag. And then we will be in the Europa Conference League. I think if we get past that, we've also got games in the fourth qualifying round before we get to the group stages. So I think we will do rather well. I know that AZ Alkmaar in real life, I think they got dumped out of the Conference League group stages. They're in the same group as Aston Villa. And I think they finished third because they finished behind Legia Warsaw. So that was kind of embarrassing for them. But this is a very, as I keep saying, this is a very talented young team. I think they will do quite well. I'm going to jump straight into the fixtures. We're going to get to the end of August. Obviously, they're going to have to be quite familiar with my my tactic. They've been running off a 4-3-3 for a while. I've kind of come in and changed it. We'll have to see where the kids really perform. I'm hoping that I can give them a lot of game time. It is one of the promises I made, because I would like to really use some kids, and then I'll just try and bring in a backup left back. So, I will see you guys at the end of August, and hopefully there will be a lot of, well, hopefully there'll be a bright start. Anyway, see you in a minute. Alright, it is September the 1st. It got a little bit dicey, but we did get at least a set of positive results. We got a 1-1 draw with ADO Den Haag to start off in our last friendly. That was kind of annoying. We then faced Trnava? I think that's how you say it. I believe they're from Slovakia. Yeah, Slovakia. And we got the 5-3 win away. We got goals from Penrata, Bazoa, Classy, DeWitt, and Ernest Poku. We did concede 3, but we at least got the win. We then beat Go Ahead equals 2-3-1. Two goals from Breda Road and a goal from Pavlidis. That was all nice and dandy. And then we got the frustrating 1-1 draw with Trnava away at home, which was actually really annoying. They actually almost outplayed us. Breda Road managed to get us the goal after just for 20 minutes, but they managed to equalise right after half time. We didn't play well against Welwick. To be honest, a lot of that I think just put down a tiredness. But we did get the goal from Pavlidis to give us the win, which was thankful. A lot of that was a bad mistake by their central defender. We then got drawn against Osasuna in the Conference League qualifying. They were one of the better teams. We got the win away thanks to DeWitt, Pavlidis, and Dantas. We did concede 2. We then played out. We were 3-0 up at half time at home. Especially, the only reason I didn't mention Jordi Mihailovic beginning of this video is because he's been on holiday from Gold Cup. But he's another young, promising player. We got 2 goals from Ibrahim Sadiq in the first 10 minutes, and then Mihailovic after 40 minutes. And then in the second half, they completely turned it around. We're very fortunate. We were hanging on in the last 5 minutes. But we got the win. We're through to the group draw, and I will let you know how that went when we get our group. We've also got Vitesse, Sparta Rotterdam, PC Zwolle, and Hercules Almelo in the league. I'm hoping that throughout the next couple of fixtures, as we adapt to the formation, because they're not quite there yet. You can tell you there. Yeah, mostly press, position, role, and duty, and marking. There's a couple of players they probably used to playing with 3 midfielders. They're only playing with 2, and they've got an attacking mid up front in the attack. So we've got a new signing in Abel Bertones. He came in for 1 million from Real Oviedo. He's going to be the backup for Moller Wolf. So I'm hoping Van Brederode and Poku will be very, very good on the wings as to watch out for DeWitt and Sadiq. Mijnans will be another one as well for Mihailovic, or even swapping with Danny DeWitt as well. Which, by the way, I had to look this up. Mies and Danny DeWitt are not related. I've only had one appearance from Ruben van Bommel, and he wasn't that great. I'm hoping that he will be able to turn it around. I'm sure his father can have a word with him. And then obviously he switched between Pavlidis and Odegaard up front. I'm about to go into the January deadline. I keep saying January deadline window. Every time I talk to refer to it, because this is the second after I read it. Never mind. I'm about to go into the summer deadline window. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to keep all of my best players, the likes of Sugawara, Pavlidis, Odegaard. I think people are after. Twente are after Bruno's Martin Enzi, but if he goes, I'll just go and sign Maximilian Bayer from Augsburg. Bayer keeps coming up on my recommended, and I might just go and get him. But we'll have to see what happens. So I will see you guys at the end of September. I'll let you know if there's been any changes, and I'll let you know what the Conference League group is. Anyway, I'll see you at the end of September. Okay, it's the end of September, and the results have been going very, very, very well. Though I must have to confess something. I went into this and I was very, very, very surprised at how decent all of the AZ Alkmaar's youth prospects were. If I'd have done 20 seconds Googling, I'd have learned that they have the best academy in the Netherlands currently, and one of the top 20 in Europe. So that's why there's so many really good youth prospects. Shows what you can do if you just look things up, admittedly. Anyway, so we'll start off with the fact that we, the 3-1 victory over Fortuna Sittard. Could have done without the Maxim Decker own goal within 5 minutes. But we pulled it back with goals from Poku, Vanges Pavlidis and Breda Roda. Then we beat Bodo Glimt 3-1, which was also Ruben van Bommel's first goal for the AZ Alkmaar. scoring late after we'd unfortunately given up the lead. We were 1-0 down at half-time. We managed to pull it back with Odegaard, Sadiq, and Van Bommel. Then we beat Ajax away from home. It was very surprising, actually. We went up 1-0, and after Ajax equalised it to Hirovic, I thought, oh, fuck, we're done. They're just going to take control of the game now. But they gave up another goal a minute later through Mihalovic, and then Brederode and Bazoa gave us the win. I was actually quite surprised how bad Ajax were, which, I mean, they were this bad. They were round about this time in real life, but hey-ho. I need to show you this. We drew 0-0 with Heerenveen. Heerenveen did not have a shot. We had 12, 3 on target, and we couldn't fucking score. The part of that was because by about half-time, coming out for the second half, Heerenveen had just parked the bus. They were just ultra-defensive, sat everybody back in their half, but we couldn't break them down. Then we battered back and Hacken 6-1, including a brace from another one of these prospects I promoted, 18-year-old Jaden Adai, who looks absolutely excellent and is already showing signs of great development, that we are going to keep him as a winger on this side because he will be rotated between... Basically, at some point, Ibrahim Sadiq is probably going to get moved over because he's been inconsistent, so it'll probably be Poku and Adai. And then we battered Nijmegen 3-0. Pavida's got 2, and then Penetra got a penalty. Because apparently Penetra can take a fucking penalty. Who knew? Looking to the schedule ahead, we have Excelsior, BK Häcken return leg in Sweden. We have Feyenoord, FC Volendam, who are currently propping up the table. And we... Well, no, they're not actually anymore. Are they not propping... No, they've actually improved. They were propping up the table. At one point now it's Vitesse. That's interesting. And we have a trip to Scotland to face Aberdeen. With the game against Häcken, we can probably put ourselves in a very strong position in our group. As we're 3 points ahead of Bodo Glimt. And then all we would need to do is just get the victory over Aberdeen, and we should be okay. I think, truthfully, it's going to come down to the final game, home against Bodo Glimt, for who gets the top spot. We'll have to see. But we should be good. So, at the rate we're going with the fact that we are in third, I think we've got good chance to solidify third. It'd be interesting to see if we can get a result against Feyenoord, but I doubt it. Anyway. Oh, AZ enters second round on 19th. That's okay. So we're not into the second round of the Dutch Cup on the 19th of December. That's fine. Anywho, I will see you guys at the end of November. I think, yeah, it's the end of October. Brain. Anyway, I'll see you. Alright, November is over, and the games have been good, but it's been a little bit funny in its own way. So we'll get on to the results. So first off, once we go all the way back up for some reason, decent 3-0 win against Excelsior. De Witt and 2 goals from, surprisingly, Yukari Sugawara was managed to save us, although he did have to throw on both Sugawara in the first place and Mihailovic to try and rescue what was a very, very dull game. Excelsior did put us under a lot of pressure in the first 20 minutes. BK Häcken were brushed aside, including 2 goals from Brederode and 2 from Pavlidis. They did get a very fortunate goal in the first 5 minutes, which was very, very annoying. We got a boring 0-0 draw against Feyenoord. We basically got battered for the whole game, but Feyenoord didn't have their shooting boots on. We were very, very fortunate. Then we got... Christ. We did not play very well against Volendam. We had all the shots, we couldn't score. After that, I basically held a team meeting, which came down to, in a polite way, everything is going well, but it could be going better. What I meant is, why is every single game a fucking chore? Even when we win, we make it very, very hard work. Because the team doesn't seem to gel offensively. So they have a lot of chances, but they don't seem to be able to get the goals. Then we played Aberdeen. They were relatively brushed off. The Sweden gave them the lead after 12 minutes. Once we equalised, we took control of the game. Mihailovic and Pavlidis scored, and then a very late goal for Ruben van Bommel, which makes it 2 goals that he scored now. Both in Europe, and I believe both... Oh no, the other one was against Bodo Glimt. I thought both had been through Aberdeen. So looking ahead, we've got FC Utrecht. We've got probably was going to be a very difficult game against PSV. Alkmaar City at home. Then we've got a game against Bodo Glimt in the Conference League. That's going to be very important. We need to win that, really, so that we get the top spot. I don't want to go another knockout playoff round. And then we've got De Treffers. at home in the Dutch Cup. They are they're an amateur side. The only annoying thing is that David Moller-Wolf was badly hurt in the game against Aberdeen. He is now out for, I think, about 5 weeks. Oh, I've still got the B team up. I was going to try and find a replacement, but we don't seem. It's one of the places we seem to be lacking. So yeah, 3 to 5 weeks. He strained his hamstring. So Bretonez is going to be under a lot of pressure. It's going to be annoying. I think Martin's Indy is going to have to stop playing left back a little bit. So we're going to have to bring in Decker, who's already in the squad. Then Martin's Indy is going to have to go into the left back role when he comes on. Otherwise, we should be okay. It's the team. So the team they're very good going, like they're actually getting used to it. But it's just difficult trying to convert chances into actual goals. In terms of the competitions, we are fourth behind the regular people. Problem is we had ground on Ajax, we're now starting to lose that ground. I think PSV, the early front runners. Obviously, we basically both us and Bodo Glimt have qualified from the Europa Conference League. I just want to make sure I get that top spot. So I will see you guys at the end of December, and we'll see where we are. Right, it's the 31st of December, and we've done quite well. But, yeah, we got a 2-1 win against Utrecht. We did have a Zoa sent off quite early on. Thankfully, Odegaard managed to hit a brace in order to get us the lead we needed, that we did concede 1. We got a 1-1 draw against PSV. We were basically completely battered. We went behind after 4 minutes. But then on probably one of our only forays forward, PSV gave away a penalty which Van Brederode converted. We then absolutely kicked the shit out of fucking Alkmaar City. De Wit got us an early brace with goals from Odegaard, with another goal from Odegaard. We ended up going 3-2 after half. We conceded 1 and then conceded another one right after half time. But goals from De Wit, Milnas, and Adai managed to give us the 6-2 victory. Then we went to... So we went 2-0 down to Bodo Glimt, and I was convinced we were going to end up in the knockout playoff round. Then about 35 minutes in, Glimt had a man sent off, and the floodgates opened. So after half time, Mihailovic, a Pavlidis hat-trick, and a Van Brederode penalty gave us the win we needed. And then De Treffer scored after 1 minute, and I was convinced we were going to fuck it up. But we did get the win in the end. Adai managed to score just before half-time. And then Mynans gave us the win in the end, including a penalty. So we got there. I'm a little bit worried for the January transfer window. I'm resigned to losing Sugawara. He's got a ton of suitors after him, and he's refusing to sign a new contract. So we are most likely going to have to say goodbye to him. If we can keep hold of him, that'd be great. The only problem is he's wanted by Feyenoord. Also wanted by Feyenoord is Van Brederode, which is one thing. Although he has we sign him up to a new contract with a £14 million release clause. The wanted has gone because I've obviously gone into a new 4-year deal. But he has come on leaps and bounds, a 20-year-old. I would genuinely recommend any save you're doing with at least relatively top flight team, go and sign this guy if you've got the money. He is excellent. I've chucked him straight into the deep end, and he's easily become one of my best performers. At the moment, he's on 13 appearances, 5 goals in the league, another 6 goals on the continent in Europe, which is a huge thing, 11 goals overall in 20 appearances. He's been easily one of the best players. And then the only other person who is seriously wanted is Odegaard, who is also wanted by Feyenoord and a few other teams. If I have to, I don't mind selling him because he was getting shown me over game time. I've already got a couple of players lined up that I can use to replace him. I can also go and get another centre-back to replace Martin Zindi, because Martin Zindi has been a little bit shit. Other than that, everybody was on holiday. Matthew Ryan is travelling for the Asia Cup. Surprisingly, Sugawara isn't. So Ryan is going. And then, instead of putting Verhulst, I think that's how you say it, Verhulst in, we're going to be playing this guy. Rome Jaden Owusu Adoro. Or I'm just going to call him Adoro. He's 19, he's only 2 stars, but that's a really good ability level. So I'm basically going to just take him and chuck him into the fire. Because why the fuck not? In terms of the schedule, we've got Twente, we've got Excelsior in the Dutch Cup 3rd round. We've got PC Zwolle and we've got Heerenveen. They should be winnable. This game is fucking... Even for the fact that we have not lost and we're on a 27-game unbeaten run, which we've broken the streak, these games are not easy. We very rarely keep clean sheets. But I'm hoping that Oduro will be pretty good for us. So, I'm going to see you guys at the end of January. Hopefully we'll kept hold of some of our best players, because I think Pavlidis is wanted as well. He's also against Odegaard getting more game time. I wonder why. Anyway, so we'll have to see how we go. I think definitely one of Pavlidis or Odegaard leaves, we're gonna have to pick up another striker. Anyway, I'll see you at the end of January. All right, January is over, and I'm a little bit pissed off. So I'm gonna go straight into I'm gonna go into the transfers because there has been movement in the transfer market. So, the big one is that Jens Odegaard has gone. He went to 14 million to Nottingham Forest for 14 million. I was always going to have to let go of one major fucking signing. I just figured, fuck it, we'll let Jens Odegaard go. So he's now gone to Nottingham Forest. He was complaining over game time anyway, so he can go, I don't know. Where are Nottingham Forest in the league anyway? Oh, they're mid-table. Whatever, that'll be fine then. You can go experience the Premier League. That's good for him. So the other one, and this guy, I want to strangle him off this. Raikidli Bazoa has gone to Burnley. Now let me explain something. The first bid that came in for Bazoa was 3.9 million from Fiorentina. I rejected it. I knew he'd become unsettled. He came to me saying, I want to leave to go to Fiorentina. I want to improve my career. I said, that's fine. You can leave at the end of the season because we are on a good run and I don't want to ruin that. He fucking kicked off about his career and he was stalling it. I literally told him I will send you to the reserves, and I did. I kicked him down to the under-18s. And then the team threw a wobbly, saying, oh, he doesn't want to be here, you should let him leave. I can't, because I'm not giving in to people. Yeah, but it'll bring down the team. Fine, I'll let him go. So he haggled with nearly every single team under the sun. Eventually, Burnley got him, so he's gone to Burnley for, how much did they pay for him? For 4.5 million. And he fucked off, and good riddance, and... If we ever play Burnley, I'm going to target him to get his legs broken. Piece of shit. I'm just very pissed off because he was actually pretty decent. He was already mad at me because I fined him because he got a straight red card, but whatever. To replace him, we brought in Romario Barrio. Signed for about 3.2 million up front from Porto. He doesn't actually want to be here. And I promised him, the only way to get him to sign was to promise him he'd be playing as a central midfielder. So I fucking lied to him. He's better off as a central midfielder. If it doesn't actually work out, I might just switch the tactic. But for the moment, he's going to be the ball-winning midfielder class. He can be the line playmaker. So, Romario Barrio will be Bazoa. To replace Odegaard, I brought in this guy, Carlos Fernandez. He can play deep line. He's more of a deep line forward, but he can play advanced forward and attack. How much did I pay for him again? 4.2 million. So, in total, I've made about 18.5 million. I've spent to replace him. To replace them, I've spent 7.4 million. So the profit off of that is mad. It's actually done really well for the finances. Though we're probably going to lose a bit. I think we're paying Barry a silly wage as well. He's basically got to be the star player on 22k a week. He'd better fucking perform, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble with the fans. But everybody's happy. This is the team we're going to have to put up going forward. I was at least able to keep Sugawara, Breda Road, the likes of Pavlidis, everybody. So we should be fine. Everybody should be happy now as well. And then Iman Griffiths is joining Sparta Rotterdam in summer, but that doesn't matter to me. So, yeah. We have kept the team together, which is the important part. There are some things I'm not entirely happy about. I've still got a ton of people who wanted to find loans, but that will have to be over the summer. In terms of the actual results, we did get our first defeat to FC Twente. Unfortunately, I wanted to play Owusu Aduro. His inexperience showed. Breda Roda and Classy brought us back twice, put us ahead after going 1-0 down, but unfortunately we weren't great. Michael Vlap at the death. Oduro went to go and catch a cross, completely missed it, collided with his own defender and Vlap headed in. We then got a narrow victory in the Dutch Cup. Third round, I kept Oduro, and again, the inexperience paid. He was very, very poor on this goal, particularly where he came out way too early and got lobbed. Bazoa actually ended up drawing this level after that. Mainan scored two. Odegaard scored one. But we ran it very close. We then battered PC as well. That's where we put Verhulst in goal. I think realistically we kind of need Ryan back from the Asia Cup. So I don't know how, basically as long as Australia don't win it. Brederode scored an early pen. Bretones got his first goal for the club as well, and then brace from Pavlidis. I'm struggling to pronounce his name. And then we played Hervinen and, Pavlidis hat-trick. He's actually probably going to be our best. He's basically been our standout player. He's performing stellarly as an advanced forward as well, so thank God for that. 11 goals in 17 games, 5 in Europe, 8 on the continent, 5 in internationals, which is very good. No goals in the cup, which is weird, but 19 goals overall. I think we'll be fine for the rest of the season. I think in terms of the fixtures for February, we've got a Dutch Cup quarterfinal against Heerenveen, and then games against Feyenoord, Alkmaar, Sittard, and Ajax. So that's a bit of a heavy one as well. We've also got the Europa Conference League round of 16 coming up. The playoffs are this month. So obviously we're going into the playoffs, the round of 16 in the March. We'll have to see who we play. I don't expect to get past anything past that, but we'll have to find out. So anyway, I will see you guys at the end of February. Hopefully we'll be into a semi-final of the Dutch Cup. And we'll done well in the league, though I'm a little bit nervous about the final game. See you then. Alright, it's the end of February. A little bit of disappointment, but there was some highlights in other areas. So we'll get straight on to the fixtures. Oh, for God's sake. I hate it when it does that. So we did lose 1-0 to Feyenoord. Unfortunately, they scored quite late, and we couldn't really do much. It doesn't help that I had to choose between taking on my left back and taking off my centre back, and I left the centre back on. We did get a 2-0 win against Heerenveen in the Dutch Cup. But unfortunately, we got drawn against PSV. We actually only ended up losing on penalties because Brederode unfortunately missed the very first penalty. The pressure got to him. So that was unfortunate. Plus, Matthew Ryan isn't exactly the best goalkeeper in the world. We know that. We did get a 2-1 victory against Ajax. The goals from Pavlidis and Mihailovic did help us after they took an early lead. We beat Alkmaar, which was very stressful. We were 1-0 down going in at half-time. I absolutely threw the book at them and basically told them stop being shit. And then we came back. Minas ended up scoring, and then Pavlidis got a late brace to give us the win. Then we beat Fortuna Sittard 2-0. We took a late lead through Jordi Clase after being dominated all game, and I've mentioned this before, but this team does not control games. It almost feels like they're not taking my tactics on board because they're used to sitting deep on the defensive and countering. They don't know how to play positive or on the front foot, and I keep saying it, I'll keep saying it. Always said it, I keep saying it, and I will continue to say it. And then a very late Brederode penalty, which is what I mean. He can do it in a normal game. He can't do it in the middle of a semi-final and a penalty shootout. Looking ahead, we've got the Europa Conference League. We drew against Club Brugge. We'll have to see how we go with that one. The first leg is in Belgium. The second leg is in Alkmaar. And then other than that in the league, we got Sparta Rotterdam, Excelsior, Volendam, and Vitesse. We've played all the big three bar one game, the away game against PSV. So we should be okay for the most of the rest of the season. So the only concern I have is I'm losing patience with Bruno Martins Indy to the point where I'm probably going forward just going to straight replace him with Maxim Decker. I have to play him for this match because obviously we went to extra time, so there's a lot of tired legs for the game against Sparta Rotterdam. Barrow is doing okay relatively. 6.6 could be better, but he did have a decent first game at least. Otherwise, Carlos Fernandez still needs to bet in. It's going to be a while before the Fernandez-Barrow are able to adapt. The only problem is some of the signings I made have not been great, but some of the young players are at least performing very, very well. But then again, I've got a ton of people who need to rest because they're very, very tired. We got pushed all the way to a penalty shootout, which was not fun. They at least seem to be doing better with the tactic. I still don't think they're very good at doing positive. You see, it just went down there. They're more used. If I went straight to, say, defensive or cautious, I think they would be better. But They seem to work really well and balanced. That's the weird part. But positive it must be. So, I will be seeing you at the end of March. Hopefully we'll have got, at least I want to reach the quarterfinals of the Conference League. I don't think we'd win the thing. That's going to be Aston Villa. But I'm hoping we can at least reach the quarterfinals and then see where we go from there. Anyway, I will be back at the end of March. Alright, March has come and gone. And we've done pretty well, actually. So just quickly go into the fixtures. For Pete, I'm going to have to deal with that. Oh, well, aren't I? So we ended up... Oh, Christ. We were 3-0 up against Sparta Rotterdam. Goals from Dantas and 2 from Jordi Mihalovic. Put us in control. And then after they scored right before half-time, we threw away 2 goals in like the first 5 minutes, and I was absolutely fucking livid. Thankfully, Poku scored a very, very late winner, but I managed to annoy the squad by basically telling them we were massively lucky, you did not deserve that, we weren't good enough. But I know I was right. So we ended up facing Club Brugge. We won 3-2 in Belgium narrowly. We ended up, Poku got us our opener, and then they equalised like a minute and a half later. But then Classy and Fernandez scored within 7 minutes of the restart. But Zinkenagel scored to make it a little bit dicey. We then put out a second string side against Excelsior and absolutely fucking battered them. Fernandez scored right before half time, and then a brace from Sadiq and a goal from Jordi Classy completely put us ahead. I think they only had like 2 shots on target the entire game. And then we ended up with another 3-2 victory, which was good. We went in at half time, they equalised, and then Yukinari Sugawara, of all people, scored a brilliant chip. I can't remember was it a chip or a lob. Did something to lob the keeper because the keeper came out far too early. And then, although Zickernagel drew them level, Fernandez managed to get through on goal and hit a 94th minute winner after coming on as a sub. Then we ended up we fell behind, 4 minutes. Luke Leroux scored an own goal after 4 minutes. We did get equalised on. And Carlos Fernandez hit a hat-trick. He's been pretty good, actually. I'll show you his stats in a minute. And then we just basically beat Ding 3-1. We did fall behind early, but Pavlidis, Mihalovic, and Mr. Witt managed to get a couple of goals. We absolutely battered them. I'll show you the shots ratio, actually. 29 shots, 16 on goal. They had 3 and 3 and scored 1 goal off it. Our entire team was absolutely class. So, just very quickly, because I've been... we've got the monthly reports. Skip through all of this shit. I never attend these. Carlos Fernandez, to his credit, I said he hadn't got off to the best starts, but he's 6 appearances, 4 goals, 1 assist, and he scored 2 in the continent. So he scored 6 goals in roughly about 8 games. He's actually done pretty well since coming in from Real Sociedad. Otherwise, Jaden Adai was named something like 48th in the top 50 new gens. He's been fine, could have probably scored maybe a few more goals. 3 assists is pretty good. Wasn't great against Vitesse. So, I'm just going to quickly do some changes. Unfortunately, I think Mr. Witt's going to have to come in for the next game. In terms of the schedule, we got Eintracht Frankfurt in the quarterfinals of the Conference League. And I think that one might be a step too far, which might be an issue. So, other than that, we've got Heracles Alamo, PSV, RKC Waalwijk, and NEC Nijmegen. Nijmegen. I cannot pronounce half of this shit. So, we are technically in a title race at this point. We are 3 points ahead of Ajax. We are in second. We're 4 points behind Feyenoord. But Feyenoord have a much easier run in than we do. We've still got to face PSV and FC Twente, plus get through a really awkward game against FC Nijmegen, who are doing quite good. Same with facing off against, where are they? Go Ahead Eagles, who've turned their form around, and FC Utrecht. So, we are probably not going to win a title. But a second place finish would be good, and we'll try and go as far as we can in the Conference League. We might get past Frankfurt. I'm not entirely sure. So I will see you guys at the end of April, and I will let you know how far we are in the Conference League and whether we have any chance of a title. So, give me a second. Alright, it's the 30th of April, and things are going very well. As you can see, I'm into the UEFA Conference League semi-final against Fenerbahce. So we faced Hercules Almelo first. We got pegged back once after Martin Zindi scored, and then Sugawara and Carlos Fernandez gave us the lead. And then they managed to score one. It was 3-2 by half-time, and then nothing happened for the second half. We unfortunately lost PSV in the Eredivisie. Veerman and Severi gave them the very early lead before Van Brederode managed to pull us back with a penalty. We kind of weren't great for the rest of the game. We were very lucky not to lose 3 or 4-1. We got a draw in Germany. They scored after 2 minutes. Mihailovic scored 2 in 6. And then Pacho managed to get them the fucking draw, which was very annoying. Ryan has not played very well over the last couple of games as well, which is a huge scare. So we placed Walowick. We took an early lead, and then they had a man set off, and we took control after that. Fernandez got 2, Kaisis got 1. Unfortunately, they caught us on the counter. We put too many men forward looking for a fifth, and they managed to get a fucking goal and kill our clean sheet. We then managed to get the 2-1 win at home against Frankfurt. We literally scored 2 from Mihailovic and Pavlidis, and then Marmoush got them 1 back, but the second half, I was shitting bricks that we were just under the cosh for the whole game. Ryan wasn't even that good. A lot of it was basically Parata and Decker. But we did get some very, very good chances. Poku especially was kind of helped out because they couldn't really do anything down their left-hand side because Poku was hitting them on the counter. It was very, very close. And then Nijmegen was fun. They played Bas Dost up front, 34. I tried to mark him, realised that he wasn't the problem. It was the two attacking mids they played in behind him. Dost was the distraction. It took me falling behind twice before I realised that. I managed to mark them, and I was very worried we were going to throw it away. But Brederode and Fernandez managed to get us the win in the end. So we're facing Fenerbahce, Fenerbahce in the semi-final. The other semi-final is Aston Villa versus Reims, which I'm assuming that Villa will win. We've also got a home game against Twente, and then an away game against Go Ahead Eagles, and a home game against Utrecht. In terms of the actual competition, I don't think Feyenoord will slip up at any point. So long as I can stay ahead of Ajax, I will be content. Getting second will be fun. We're probably at least going to get third, because PSV are having a bit of a wobble. They got battered 4-0 in the Dutch Cup final by Feyenoord, so I don't think it's looking good for them. As for the rest of the league, it's pretty much as you were. Go Ahead Eagles are doing quite well. And then Excelsior are basically done. Almelo are almost done. And I think it's Walowick and Volendam to fight it out between the two of them. So yeah, we're doing pretty well. I'm probably hoping we can reach the Conference League final. If we do, we will probably just get battered by Villa, but I can live with that. So we'll be going into May with a lot of expectation, to be fair. So what will probably happen is if I reach the final, you will join me before the final. Because the final is, I think, on the 20... Hang on. When is the... It's not going to tell me when the fucking final is. Fuck. Oh, shit. Let's see if I can find it. No, it's not going to show me. I'm assuming it's after the end of the Eredivisie season, so you will join me. If I reach the final, you'll join me right beforehand. And then I will probably do it after whether I won the Conference League final. So I'll see you at some point in May. Alright, it is the day before the Europa Conference League final. Yes, I made the final. And let me show you how I did it. I won the first leg 5-1. It was actually quite surprising. We were in Turkey. We were like fucking 3-0 up by half time, 4-0 up by half time. We got goals from Brederode, an own goal, and a goal from Ernest Poku. Put us like 4-0, 4-1 up at half time. Poku got his second, and just genuinely, Fenerbahce were genuinely rather horrible. It was quite surprising, especially considering on the second leg they managed to get a very credible 0-0 draw. Matthew Ryan basically kept us in the game. We also, I think in the league, it kind of got to us the fact we were basically in the final. We took a 2-1 lead against Twente thanks to Minas and Dantas. Then they got very late equalised. There I was playing a very weak team. Weak team because obviously I had the second leg coming up. We then lost 3-1 to go-ahead Eagles. Matthew Ryan dropped an absolute clanger. We were not great. Brederode got us a late goal, but then they immediately scored again to make it 3-1. It was rather embarrassing. And we got a 1-1 draw with FC Utrecht. Brederode got us the first, but then they scored a ridiculous free kick in like the 88th minute. We played Owusu Adoro in goal before coming up to this final. We are against Aston Villa. I'm not expecting much. You will join me after the final to see whether I did win or not. In terms of the league, we finished third. Unfortunately, the late collapse didn't do us much good. We have still got the Champions League. We did finish a point ahead of PSV. So that was very, very fortunate. The only problem is, obviously, we got knocked out in the semi-final by the PSV Eindhoven. We are in the final. I'm going to go play the final, and then I will show you whether I've won or not.
A few moments later.
I did it. I won the Europa League final. I beat Aston Villa 3-1. No, thankfully, thanks to Zaniolo getting himself sent off on 90 minutes. You were supposed to join me when I was lifting the trophy, but my mic accidentally became unplugged, so I couldn't fucking get any sound. I will at least show you the goals. So, effectively, we took the lead through Mihailovic. Right on before 40 minutes. There we go. Yeah, we took the lead just for 40 minutes with Mihailovic. But right after half-time, John McGinn equalised. I'll have to try and turn the thing down, actually. Because I play through the games at super speed. Right. Turn that down slightly. There we go. So it won't be as fast. So you see Mihailovic running through there. That was our opening goal. Then, unfortunately, this was Pau Torres, by the way, making this cross. What a cross that is. And then McGinn effectively headed in from there. But then Zaniolo got himself sent off. We went to extra time at 1-1, where we were able to, Ibrahim Sadiq steals the ball, and then Carlos Fernandez heads in. Fernandez has been a brilliant January signing, by the way. Then it just went from there. So this was right towards the end of the game. It was the same thing, Sadiq crossing into Fernandez to score. Fernandez has been brilliant. He scored like 8 goals in 11 games in the league, and then scored like 7 goals, or 4 goals on the continent. He's been great, while Pavlidis had dropped off slightly. All in all, this has been a really good season. I would like to reach the final of the Dutch Cup, but I'll take winning the Europa League, to be honest. The other great performers, Byron van Brederode has been brilliant. Oh, shit, come on. 12 goals in the league, 9 on the continent, joint with Pavlidis in Europe, though they weren't anywhere near the top scorer list. And then Pavlidis got 15 goals in the league, but he dropped off slightly. Obviously, if I was to stay over the summer, huge amounts of these players would be picked off. Van Brederode, Sugawara, Minas is wanted, but then he's up for sale anyway, so that's fine. I probably have to move Matt Ryan on, same with Bruno Martins-Indy. I need to completely rebuild the squad. But you can get plenty of young and cheap options that will come in and turn at a massive profit. Look at this already for replacing Pavlidis for Nino. Pretty decent stats. I can probably use Carlos Fernandez as a main striker to go on. Still finishing third, getting into the Champions League was pretty great. Brederode's, he's gone back down to 3 now. The season's reset, but at one point he's 3.5. He's easily going to be a 4 or 5 star player. If you are doing a save, give it a year and then go off to Brederode. Another 3-4 years, go off to Jane Nadai. The likes of Ernest Poku as well. All these players are going to be world class. Because this is a team with a really, really good academy. Already 20 to 32 million for Jane Nadai. He got 11 goals, 11 appearances, 1 goal, 3 assists. Did get a couple on the cup and 2 in the continent as well. So that was pretty good. It's really making a mark. But again, I'm really glad that I won the Europa Conference League. We're gonna send the system to that. So it's annoying that I couldn't get the thing on. Like I said, I was supposed to join for the fucking thing with the mic desynced. But yeah, I think this has been very, very good. The next season, One Season Wonder, there's going to be an announcement about that at the beginning of the next video for Ipswich, so that'll be tomorrow. And then we'll be continuing because there won't be a One Season Wonder this weekend. Just give you a note. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like. If you want to see more, you can always subscribe. Would definitely recommend managing AZ, at least trying out AZ for a season, possibly long-term save. And if you're doing any other top club in Europe, raid AZ Alkmaar. So I've been Canberra Run, and thank you for watching.